Good morning, my lusty divas and dudes. Happy Wednesday. I wanted to come on here today and talk about how it's okay to not be okay. See, I woke up this morning and I wanted to do my podcast, but I was afraid that if I was vulnerable or if I discussed my true feelings in my podcast, that it would turn, the men off, it would turn the women off. So much of sex work is revolved around, no politics. You can't show emotions. You can't show when you're sad. You can't show when you're lonely. You can't show when you're worried because that's not what your paying customers want to see. We've been hearing that for years. Fake it till you make it. And then when you get on social media, you have so much negativity and so much sadness, behind this whole Floyd and, Breonna and so many black people being killed, not just by police, but by regular everyday people, you know. I wanted to do a newsletter about how black women are some of the most unprotected women in the world. But I figured, you know what? There's so much other politics going on right now. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. But I feel like I should because that's how I'm feeling. And it's okay for me to be feeling like that, you know? I just learned that this 19-year-old activist, Black Lives Matter activist, was murdered by a black man, who pretended to help her. She was homeless. She was living in churches, and so he offered to give her a ride and a place to stay, and he ended up killing her. This is a Black Lives Matter activist. You know, she's been, peacefully protesting, and I think she's from Miami, and it just kind of put me in this mind frame, like, damn, black women aren't protected, and there are no riots and looting on our behalf. It's like nobody cares. It's like the story of her life was just a blip in the paper. Blip. It took black women to really, really say, hey, what about us? We're getting killed by the cops. We're getting killed by these wicked ass men. What about us? Can we get some rioting and looting and shit? Can we get some protests? Nothing. We don't get nothing. And that bothers me. That bothers me as a woman. It kind of makes me feel unloved. You know. Sure, when you're a sex worker, they love you because you showing your ass, popping your pussy, you sucking dick and everything like that. And we get to a point where, that becomes the most important thing in our lives. How much pussy we can show and how much ass we can show and how much money we can make off of it. But goddamn, what if you want something different? What if you want something more out of life? And as a sex worker, you're not supposed to say that you want more out of life than being a sex worker. A lot of sex workers, they want you to, oh, sex work is real work and woo, 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 woo. And it is, and it is, it is. But bitch, I don't want to do that shit forever. A lot of you all don't know what it's like to be a sex worker for 20 and 25 and 26 years. And over time, it gnaws at you. Okay? It does. I was I'm friends with this guy on my regular Facebook page. He's a little white guy. You all know I like black men. That's just my thing. That's just my thing. It's just my preference. It's not rooted in racism or anything. I think it's more rooted in, I'm more attracted to people that look like me. I mean, it is what it is. But I woke up this morning and I saw him on my feed and I got really sad. And I got really sad because here it is, a white guy who had a crush on me forever. When I see his feed, and I guess he's got a black girlfriend, cute black girlfriend. She's not racially ambiguous. You can tell that she's black. She's not all light skinned. She's a black chick. But here he is with her, and he took her and his kids and her kids to Branson, and they swimming in the pool, and they eating breakfast, and I'm thinking to myself, God damn. I want that shit to be me someday. And as a sex worker, you're not supposed to say this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be strong, and I'm just supposed to be about my paper. See, that's a farce. Because when you get my age, ladies, in your mid-40s, bitch, you be looking forward to regular shit. Because when I wake up every day and I turn on Twitter, I become depressed. Social media has become so depressing to me. So depressing. So depressing. And, when I log off of Twitter and I go about my normal life, I'm fine. I'm okay. But as soon as I try to just catch up with everything that's going on with the sex work community, I become depressed again because of what people are posting. A lot of depression and a lot of mental illnesses and a lot of Black Lives Matter and a lot of black women getting killed. Black women are not protected. I see a lot of that and it's like thrown at me, and I just want somebody to take me away from that reality. I just want someone to be willing to take me away from that reality. Bitch, I like Branson. Bitch, I could go to Branson for the weekend and hang out with a dude and fuck on a dude that cares about me. And not just, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you all are old enough or even know Etta James. Etta James was a singer back in the 50s and 60s. And she was a black singer. And she had this song called I Want a Sunday Kind of Love. Okay? A love that lasts beyond Saturday night. You get my age, you look for that shit. You look for that shit. You look for the Sunday kind of loves where you wake up in the morning and you cooking breakfast for that nigga or that white boy. Listen. I've come to the conclusion that I'm going to just keep my options open. I'm just going to like whoever likes me. Because, and listen, I have no complaints of the black men in my life. It just seems like, I don't know, I'm on a hamster wheel with them, they treat me pretty good, but it's just a hamster wheel. You know how a hamster wheel, it just turns and turns and turns and turns and turns till the motherfucking hamster gets tired. And I think that that's what I'm doing now. I'm just kind of like in the motions with these men until I get tired of them. No real connection, no real activities. None of them really have no money to really do the shit that I want to do, like go to fucking Branson. I don't know why that fucked me up this morning. Got me all up in the mood and shit like that. He all up he all up in the pool with his little black girlfriend and helping her kids swim, and they diving off of diving boards and shit, and they sitting by the pool with their little I want to do that shit. I want to do that too. Hold on, let me get some of these pop-ups down. I want to do this shit too. I don't want my life to just be, OnlyFans, posting content, I don't want my life to be that, you know? And there's nothing wrong with it. But I'm going to tell you something. That shit's lonely. That shit's lonely, you know? And, you know, at first I debated on whether I wanted to do this podcast, you know, just really, really bearing my soul and letting you all know where I am mentally, you know. But I said, you know what, hey, I'm going to put it out there because I know I'm not the only one feeling this way. I know I'm not the only one feeling like you want some real shit. You want something real, you know. You're young now, you're in your 20s and your 30s now, ladies. Make the money now. Make the money now. Enjoy your life now so that when you get into your 40s, 50s, and 60s, you can live comfortably and spend those later years cultivating friendships and relationships with people so that you can really, really enjoy your quality of life. Don't wait till you 50 and 60 to try to get your life together, your financial life together. By the time you 40, 50, and 60, you should be damn near retired with whatever the fuck you doing, whether you are on a square gig or whether you sex working. You need to be already retired and having your life together. So get prepared for that shit now, because when you become 40 and 50, and this is the one thing that I will say, is that I'm in my mid 40s, okay? I'm not worried financially. I'm good financially. I have taken the proper steps in my 20s, 30s, and 40s to make sure that I am financially good. I'm good financially. I'm good. I'm good. It's just the other shit. You know, friendships. I don't have many friends because I'm a loner. I'm an introvert. I want to work on that. You know, the men in my life are just like a revolving door of just men who either want sex or they don't really want anything at all. They just think that I'm an interesting person and they just want to hang around me, you know. And I guess I should be okay with that, but I'm not. I'm not. You know, I really do want a man in my life to be able to take care of me. And as shallow as that sounds, it is what it is. I want to be taken care of. I want for a guy to be like, hey, baby, you know, I got a trip to Jamaica coming up on a business trip. You want to go just to get away? Whoop, 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 bada bang, bada bang. We're in Jamaica, laying on the beach, drinking out of a coconut. You know, that's what I want. I want that type of life. I don't want a type of life where, you know, I'm with a man and he constantly have to watch his coins because he got 10 and 12 motherfucking kids that he paying child support for. So ladies, be looking out for that. Listen, I'm getting ready to do a podcast about how not to date broke men. Ladies, listen. And this is going to be a very, very important podcast because we getting ready to be on some hypergamous shit. We getting ready to be taken care of and living good. Okay? We getting ready to do that. Okay, I'm getting ready to open up my options like a motherfucker. I'm getting ready to bust that door open because right now black dudes just ain't where I need them to be emotionally and financially. They're just not there yet. I like being around them. I like them. I like talking to them on the phone. But as far as like doing anything, black dudes don't like to do anything. Not anything that requires money. You know, they don't. They don't like to spend money. And I don't think that it has anything to do with them not spending money. It's just that they ain't got none. Well, at least the ones that I've been fucking with, they ain't got none. They ain't got, and I'm not paying for shit. I'm telling you that right now. I ain't paying for nothing. Nathan. Not nothing. Okay? And that's okay. The way that I feel is okay. It's okay for me to feel this way. And whatever's on your mind, it's okay for you to feel that way too. You don't always have to be happy. You don't always have to be on it. You don't always have to be a boss. You don't always have to be a boss bitch. You don't have to always. You could just be a regular schmegular chick with regular schmegular feelings. And it's not going to weaken you. It's not going to lessen you. It's just going to make you real. Okay, ladies? I love you, ladies. You all stay positive and stay focused. Focused on your goals and things that you want out of life. Okay? And go for it. Go for it. Don't let it pass you by. All right, ladies. I'll see you now next podcast. Again, I love you, ladies, and you all have a fantastic Wednesday. Deuces.